Hello, guys. So I was asked exactly how do I place my team? And I know a lot of people have already given you a bunch of guides on how to do team comp, who should be where, how should it work. But it seems that it's kind of unclear to some people exactly when you're facing a certain opponent, how should you move your units? So I'm just going to be looking at one or two of them and trying to give you a rough idea on what you should try to do. So the first idea is always going to be when you're looking at the back line is to try to aim directly either at the healer or at someone that's dangerous or someone that's not going to debuff you when you're shooting. So if we're looking at this back line, I'm going to say Durant's actually the best person to shoot at because he has really no self buff. And Kevin has in my team a natural enemy who is Lilith. So when we're looking at this, we're not going to shoot in the midline just because there's two of them. It's kind of dangerous. And plus, I run a four-man front, so they're just going to get countered and blocked. Now, when you're looking in the back line, though, what you're usually going to try to do is put something resistant in front of Vonchi, or you're going to put something that's a debuff, a speed debuff, anything that's actually going to hinder their progress. So, how does this materialize when I'm making my moves? So, like I said, Lilith's going to be countering Kevin using the elemental advantage. Vonchi can shoot Durant because he doesn't have a great resistance. He's good for the line, but it's not like he personally has something strong. When we look at the back line, Striker's on the right side. Therefore, we're going to move this on the right. Um, when we look at this, Virgil's going to get reflex countered. So we're going to switch that out for Cheetos. And for midline, yeah, that looks fine to me. So this should give you a pretty decent example. Actually, yeah, let's move Duke here. Because Lin May's not actually going to try to penetrate, and Duke's the more resistant one of the two, irrelevant of where he's placed. So this is actually how you're going to try to position your players. So it's really going to depend on your team. But again, the key idea is you got to move your striker to face, even if he loses a bit of position buff, it's not going to be as bad as just shooting on a silk, getting her to revive and to lower your crit res. And, or someone shooting on your healer every single round is just going to be a bad thing all around. Now, bear with me that there has been a few changes, and my team is going to be changed eventually. So if I lose to someone in the 2400s in league, it's kind of okay. And their team didn't look that bad either. Okay, kind of saw that one coming. Yeah, the quality is not that good because it's not an emulator. It's just mirroring. Oh, yeah, that's not good. There's no passer. Yeah. And that's the advantage of running Leia there, meaning it's not going to become a 1v1. Here, just don't get out reflexed. Perfect. And that's why I didn't put Virgil there. Because Virgil would have gotten out reflex, would have gone to Choi, Choi would have done a pass, and would have ended up pretty badly. I think I could have taken one more hit and then lost. This is completely fine. Like this, she stacks. Metatron can suicide. And that's why I moved her on the left side. March of Light. I love that active. I mean, it's a game changer and it costs literally no spirits. Like Fonchi used to back in the days where he was good. I mean, he's still good, just not as strong as he used to be. And that speed cap just completely killed him because I was running above 200 speed Vonchi back in the day. Okay, like I said, we take Duran out right away, and then it's going to end up becoming a 1v1. That's why I put her facing him every time, because it always ends up like that, except he moved too fast. Yeah. So you always got to try to play with that little elemental advantage position. You just got to really know what your units are capable of and what they're good at countering. Because if you don't know that, it's basically just sticking players and waiting for them to lose. Again, I'm not saying there isn't some comps where you really can't move certain units, but most of the time you should think about moving them to face certain elements. So I'm starting to crit already. I'm on 2 stacks. If I get a Balteon active now, it should be good. And let's just hope they don't get a virtual one. Come on, Milky Way. Okay. Oh, still alive. Not bad, not bad. No, not a good idea. Oh, she's alive. Okay. And we just penetrate, we get front, and hopefully we start doing more damage. So basically, this was the idea. If I'm gonna cut the video now, because it's just gonna be, oh well, actually I just finished it. Okay, that solves it. But I hope this helped you guys understand exactly what you're trying to do every time. There are a few little tricks you can actually use when you're in manual. In my case, one I really like to do is put Duke and the Strike and Von Chi lined up. Like this, when Duke penetrates, he can try to take out the defender who's closely dead, making this a 1v1 right after he passes this to Von Chi. There's a few little tricks like that you can get over time. But I think this should give you, at least for PvP, a good idea. And if you have any other questions, just write them down in the description, and I'm always happy to help. Have a good day, guys.